Welcome back for another video and thanks for joining. Today we're going to focus on the second 48 by 48 base plate. I'm going to take my time on this a little bit and show some of the techniques and challenges that I've had and what I've learned so far along this build. This does include a path. The other base plates will really see where that path separates and kind of forks or branches out. I do have three 16 by 16 plates here. They're gaining some elevation, so I'm going to kind of walk through that and what I'm trying to achieve. I do think we're nearing the end of this build series. I'm going to combine probably the last two 48 by 48 plates together and then the last two 32 by 32s together. So I think we're aiming at 3 more videos before this is all complete. Thanks for watching. Today I'm going to be working on one of the large 48 by 48 tiles. It's largely going to be building terrain, but I want to have a quick conversation about approach I'm trying to take. I'm trying to do some different things today. Okay, here you can see a little bit better perhaps what it is I'm trying to do. So again, tiles down here on the bottom that are kind of just directly on the dark reddish brown. And then I'm building these these plates, angular plates and wedges that are going to kind of come over the top to give the path a meandering sense, like it's moving, and then kind of create a little bit of depth as well, like this is a downtrodden path and kind of down on the ground. So let's see how it works. I learned this technique from 1x1 Bricks on YouTube. He does it, of course, brilliantly, but I want to take a stab at it and see how it works for me. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about the color palette, whether or not I have enough tiles to really make it look the way I want to, but we'll see what happens. As I started laying these tiles, I was reminded of a podcast that I listened to a while back, talking about like your day basically being a bucket. And if you kind of dump all the tiny stuff first into the bucket, you've got no room left for the things that actually matter. But if you drop in the big rocks first, and in this case, like the larger tiles, the important stuff, the small things just fill the gaps. And it really was a good approach for me when building out the MoC. So here's what I came up with. I am pretty well pleased with how that looks. I now need to obviously do the siding, but I like the color pattern. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's a fair degree of randomness, etc. I did have to use some big pieces. These pieces in particular, these large dark orange pieces that are a little bit too big, quite honestly. I think they look a little bit strange, but I need them because it just takes so many pieces to tile this out the way I want it to look. I also certainly included some jumper plates as well, so I can have some places to put the troops and ATRTs, etc. So I think it looks pretty good. I'm now going to begin the process of building out some plates along here and then raising that a little bit above so that this will start to get a little bit more of a randomness to it. Quick snapshot of where we are now. I'm really liking this proof of concept. I think it looks exactly like what I want it to look like. A couple minor lessons learned. One was in a few areas I had these jumper plates too close to the edge. Had to remove them because these guys weren't sitting flush on top of them, which makes sense. Won't do that again. So the jumper plates need to be a little bit more condensed in the middle. I also realized I kind of wanted to use some of these curved edges, but having 3 on that line is actually pretty challenging. So I hope it isn't too similar. Like actually just looking at it now, I'm realizing I didn't do anything here. I probably could have made that a little bit more random looking. Loving the wedge plate and how that kind of increases the elevation there, which I need to figure out how I'm going to do that for these other ones. But I think what I'm going to do now is finish out this little component here. I'll do a quick time lapse. I know these aren't terribly exciting, but I'm still learning how to do this. So I'm going to knock that out. And then I think from there, we just try and really get the whole thing plated off. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Very pleased with the way this is turning out so far. It looks good. Now I have a couple new pieces here that I'm going to be playing with. One is this guy. These are some arches and kind of wedge plates. I've been struggling to figure out how this works, but lo and behold, I found out that if I take this length of 6 wedge plate, put it under there, look at that, beautiful, absolutely perfect fit. So I'm trying to explore where these are going to go. I think I'm going to try and rejig this a little bit so that this piece will go here and then start creating a little bit of a momentum there. I don't think I have these going in the other direction because it would kind of be cool to have it, this way and then back down. But we will we'll tackle that in a moment. The next piece I have is this guy, which I'm planning on kind of putting something like that and seeing how that looks. Again, first I'll tile everything and then think about where I want that to go. Okay, so here it is. This is the finished 48 by 48 base plate. I am very, very pleased. So the color is in sync with when I put this base plate back in. I still don't have enough of these, triangle and wedge plates to do it quite the way I want to do it. Let me give you a couple examples here of where I think it looks good. Actually, it looks like I covered it up. Here we go. This is that little kind of like corner triangle piece with another corner triangle piece, and see how they intersect there and give the that better view. That's kind of what it is I'm going for, but I don't have enough of them yet to actually do it here. So what I did was plated out the entire thing and then kind of added little just texture and subtlety throughout. So that's okay. So that's it for this 48 by 48 base plate. Now we're going to go ahead and add on the plants and add it to the MoC.